name is Dwayne Logan. I'm a freelance filmmaker. I work in commercials and feature films. The Cliff Notes version is my wife and I basically sold everything that we owned in order to try and make it into the film business. After about a string of 10 to 15 miracles, the door had finally opened up for me to even get onto a film set in the first place. First thing I was told is that you get one shot. And if you blow it, this producer will talk to this one, and this one will talk to this one, and this one will talk to this one, and this net gets cast out, and you will be blacklisted from the business. So we're shooting this massive holiday ad campaign. We have to do a location move. They told me I had to drive the cube truck. And so it's all of the production supplies. It's the chairs and the tables and things like that. I had never driven a large vehicle before, you know? Well, there's a monster truck parked almost right in front of this bridge. And then the bridge also turns. So I've got to be able to somehow make it onto the bridge and then orient the truck so that it turns into the field just so. We start to go across the bridge, and all of a sudden you hear like this crazy like metal creaking and rumbling starting to happen. And I'm thinking the bridge is collapsing. I'm gonna die on this bridge. I'm too young to die. All I know to do is floor it. So I floor it. I give it gas, and I was like, I gotta get across the bridge before the whole truck goes down. And right before it looks like I'm actually going to make it onto the other side, the entire truck, the front end of the box truck, lifts off of the ground and slams back onto the bridge. It's like, what in the world was that? Well, what had happened was the rail had made its way into the side of the box truck, ripped it like a can opener, but gotten caught on the back upright. And that's when the whole truck goes off the ground and comes back down. So here I am alone in this box truck that has been completely ruined. I get the producer on the walk. He's like, hey, there's been an accident. Tell me what to do. Tell me where we go from here. I end up having to drive this thing to this crazy shop. The guy at the shop was like, what idiot did this? When you drive it, it's like, what dummy did this? The truck stays at the shop. I get a ride back to the set for that night, and I get dropped off at this spot of the field where everyone had just moved away from. So I'm thinking to myself, like, you know, I'm having this pity party, picking up trash. I should sit here and let the hours tick by and think about what my next career move is gonna be, because it is over. No one will ever hire the PA that costs a production XX thousands of dollars on that big of a shoot on that night. Thankfully, at the time, I was very heavily inundated in the reading of scripture. And so when calamity did strike, and there's this moment of extreme duress, the thing that spilled out was scripture. Even evil men know how to give good gifts to their children. Does the Lord not know how to give good gifts to you? But seek ye first his kingdom and his righteousness, that all of these other things, all of this other nonsense that you're worried about, it'll be added unto you. And all that you do, work as though you're working unto the Lord and not as unto men. Scripture led to a conversation with God. The scripture led to me wanting to stop and ask, like, God, like, what is it that you want to say to me here? And I felt as though he asked the question, why do you feel as though your career is over? And thinking as though, well, this producer's never gonna hire me. And I felt as though I heard the Lord say so clearly, I hired you, I booked you. You get on sets because I put you on sets. You don't work for producers, you work for me. Don't you ever again worry about whether or not a producer is going to give you another shot, or if a director likes you and wants you on set, because none of that matters. And so there I am in that field, and it's like, okay, all right, here we go. I've never cleaned anything as thoroughly as I cleaned that field that night. And by the end of that year, I had probably logged more hours as a PA on set than I could have ever really imagined to. And I had already started to climb the ladder from PA to second AD, from second to second AD, from second AD to first AD. And it was crazy because the event that should have ended my career probably ended up, in some strange way catapulting it because of my faith increase that night. And I think as long as I keep that mentality, that I know who it is that I work for, it's gonna be a good run.